How stable is the Modi government? Well, Narendra Modi, contrary to speculation, has got the cabinet that he wanted. He repeated all his earlier ministers. He even had his famous bureaucrats that we were told the RSS wasn't keen on back in the government as ministers. Amit Shah remains his number two. We were told that one of his allies was not keen on Amit Shah returning. Well, Amit Shah has returned. So it does seem as if, despite the lesser mandate, Prime Minister Modi is firmly in the saddle. What also remains to be seen is how the opposition will play its game, because a government is only as strong as its opposition. Rahul Gandhi has been offered the leader of opposition post. So far, he has not yet said yes. There are, of course, two points of view on that. We'll discuss that later. But there is a renewed, rejuvenated opposition that the Prime Minister is going to have to contend with. The first sign of the opposition would be if the opposition decides to contest the Speaker's election. Even though the numbers may not stack up, at least it will be a sign to the government: don't take anything for granted. We are going to contest you every step of the way. It remains to be seen what the opposition does. But secondly, will the government also get the speaker of his choice? Now, we are told that Chandrababu Naidu was keen that a TDP leader would become the speaker. This is what happened when he was last in coalition with the BJP during the Vajpayee era. But I think Narendra Modi is not going to let that happen. He has remained firm on his stand. He may do some other backroom deal with the TDP, giving them funds or state capital, etc., etc. But where the optics are concerned, where the newspaper headlines are concerned, the Prime Minister will not like to seem as if he is giving in or he is weak in any way. So if the BJP gets a speaker, we are told Om Birla's name is doing the rounds. That would be a sure indication that, at least on paper, this government is a continuation of the old. The ministers are back. The speaker is whom the BJP wanted, because remember, the speaker plays a crucial role when there is a terms of make and break of MPs. The speaker has the final say. So jiski speaker uski sarkar is the saying. The third test marker would be as to who becomes the BJP president. Now here it's very interesting. The RSS, we are told, doesn't really care who becomes in the finance minister, as it did during the Jaswant Singh's time. Vajpayee's time, when Vajpayee wanted to make Jaswant Singh the finance minister, and late night the cabinet list had to be changed because the RSS did not want Jaswant Singh. This time around, they're not really nitpicking as to who the ministers would be, but the party chief, the organization, that is something the RSS would be keen on. We are told the Prime Minister, all the people we thought would become BJP president have become cabinet ministers. Could be one of them will resign and become the BJP president, whether it's Manohar Lal Khattar or whether it is Nitin Gadkari or whoever. That remains to be seen. But the way it looks as if someone, the Prime Minister, will give in more to the optics than the personality of the person. Maybe a woman, Saroj Pandey's name is doing the rounds, maybe someone from the south. Vajpayee had Jana Krishnamurthy. Someone that will really look for the optics, the way he did with the president, rather than have someone with heft, someone who will become a second power center. If that happens, Nadda could also be given an extension. Don't forget, Nadda still remains one of Modi's trusted allies. He did take on the RSS. He hasn't been censured. He's been given a plum portfolio in return as health minister. So will Nadda continue? If that happens, then it looks as if the RSS will again be on the back foot as far as the party organization is concerned. Or will it be BL Santosh? So it'll be interesting to see who becomes the BJP president, because that itself will send markers to those who are looking out for. But in the meantime, expect a stormy parliament session for sure. Renewed opposition. You have the likes of a rejuvenated Mahua Moitra, Congress with the double its strength, 90 plus members. Rahul Gandhi finally getting some credibility. So there will be Akhilesh Yadav also on the floor of the house. We've seen the UP ke ladke bonding. So it will be a very vehement, credible opposition that is going to take on the government step by step. What remains to be seen is the kind of governance, kind of legislation the government brings in. There has been already talk of reaching out, which is why I feel Kiran Rijiju was made Parliamentary Affairs Minister. He is junior enough to have no loss of ego or face to reach out to a Kharge, to reach out to opposition leaders. Rajnath Singh also gets a renewed importance. He's been holding meetings with opposition leaders. We don't see Modi or Amit Shah doing it, but these are people who can do it and will do it for the government. Consensus building perhaps will continue, which in the end is good for democracy. But in the end, curtain raiser for Parliament. Prediction is stormy monsoon season ahead, but some work will be done. There will be some rain at the end of the day. How the budget will be, something we will be keeping an eye on. But in the meantime, I think democracy is finally making a comeback after a while. So that is a good sign to end on.